Wow, there we are. Kathy Vick, deeply awake. The machine didn't boot up quite quick enough, and so I was asked, well, I have you've seen the conversations I have in my head. So, more of a lazy, oh, it's not working, that's weird. I keep trying and it's not working. This isn't easy. Well, you need to perhaps clarify your intention just a bit. It is not broken. Just, are you clear about what you want to give? It will start soon. Like that. So, I had a burst of inspiration. I wanted to discuss the importance and the foundation that is self-appreciation, self-love, self-knowledge. And I thought, well, that would be a really great topic, because the lack of self-judgment and self-recrimination is the kingdom of heaven as far as I'm concerned. I think that heaven is an absence of shame. I think if we lived in a world where there was no shame within us, we would be in heaven. So that's what I think. But that and 50 cents, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, I should do something about that. And then immediately the thoughts came, well, there are a group of people who there's this really dirty word, the other dirty N-word, narcissist. And that brought up the thought of self-love. So I thought, okay, narcissism, self-love, and I don't know, beyond or something. But I guess really all I want to say is that I have noticed a real change in perception, and with that a deepening of compassion, simply because I see that certainly the mechanisms are within me, but I don't have it the way some people do. Their absolute need to be angry, to feel slighted, to feel hurt, to be sure, and they're convinced that they're victims, and that they're the victim, not the hero, but the victim of their story, and that there's really whatever. It's dark, and they can't see beyond themselves. And I have people like that in my reality, and oftentimes they're quite generous. They try to be generous because they know they're hobbled, so they try to be generous. But I know I can't go to them for anything that I might need. They're full up. They got nothing for me. They have a lot of need. They need a lot, and they're very demanding people. And really, really, really aware of slights. And they take the weirdest things as slights. It's personal. They take a lot of things personal. I'm using they. Yeah, I am. Could I be describing myself 10 years ago? Well, I don't know. I guess that's up to the people who were around me 10 years ago. But I was kind of a train wreck from time to time. Yeah. I was always this. And that's kind of why I hurt so bad. And I behaved how I did. So how can I not be compassionate toward those who are deep in the victim stew? But it's been really a big time for me. I'm heated up like the sun. Yesterday, there was a performer. I did 2 run-throughs with the choir. I'm part of the choir. So we did 2 run-throughs of our Christmas service. And there's a headliner there, someone who's a performer, an artist, a creator, who is performing with us, and he carries a different energy. And I studied him, and he had much to teach me. He's touched. He has that star quality. He has gone far. And as I watched him, he counseled me. And I was counseled. I was told, look, he shines. He has suffered for his art, and it doesn't matter. He is his art. He stands as a competent creator who is in the middle of stories. The stories are beautiful and just as complicated as the average bears. That's fine. That's pretty. What matters is that he's beautiful, and he's aware of this. He walks understanding, fundamentally, that he is okay, and he's his own gift, self-sufficient, and full of joy. Behaving like everyone else. In fact, taking the low man position socially in many of the dealings. Doesn't matter. Once other luminaries came, he was once again in context. But when there were no great luminaries in that sanctuary, and it was only he on the stage, he was the one who was holding the energy. Then others came. They all added their ownership of this beauty and power and communication. It was a study of context, and it was a study of bigness. It was a study of expression. And so I'm certain that some people would look at someone like that and say, God, what a narcissist. And I would look at those people and feel bad for them. So I don't like that word. I think that it's an insult. It's used as a put down, and it's putting down I don't know, like a stance, and I just don't think that it's nice, because I really, the reason is I think it's quite obvious that we as a humanity really don't understand a whole lot about true self-respect, self-love, self-knowledge, self-acceptance. So I think that we really, as a people, are a little bit too immature to be pointing fingers at each other, saying you're not loving yourself right. I do know that there are people who are so committed to their own pain and are in so much pain that they have to let everyone else in on their suffering. That's just how it is. And if you don't play along, wow, that adds a new drumbeat to everything. I can see that you're angry. And hey, if you need to bluster and blow and scream when your phone doesn't work, or when your car breaks down, or when somebody hangs up on you, if your natural reaction is going to be one of screaming and yelling, well then, that's certainly not how I roll. And I find it horribly distressing. But if you've got to do it, well, I'm going to love you enough to let you go ahead and do it and not bitch at you about it. Just go ahead. Have your personal style. But don't you dare think you can attack me in your pain. My worth is off of the table for discussion when you are irrationally upset. Got it? And simply that changes everything with someone who is howling in their own pain, deep, deep in a dark narcissism. Yeah, guess what? I understand you hurt, but you can't spread it around quite as much as you just did. Back off and don't ever do that again. And if you do, I'll be just as kind next time. But I'll be reminding you, it's not okay. You went too far. Easy to do when you're real upset, I know. So I'll keep you honest, but you don't get to go there with me. I mentioned this in a recording so that you might have a tool. Because I deal with, believe me, I deal with a lot of bullies. Maybe now that I've done this recording, they don't have to pop up in my goddamn reality quite so much. Pardon my French, it's not a goddamn reality. But come on. There has to be a reason for magnetizing this shit. Because I'm done with it. I see no value in it. But, it's suffering, and I don't see much value in that either. Now, even 2 months ago, when I was truly, truly, truly suffering, God damn, the pain, the grief, the loss, the separation, the agony that I have gone through. I get acting shitty when you're feeling that bad. I get it. So, scream and yell, punch walls, I don't give a fuck. Just, I'm standing here loving you, so you don't get to do that to me. And I'll stand up for myself. Every time. So yeah, I think maybe this is some kind of a cure. I do know. That's what I've learned. Once I've mastered something, it doesn't come up. It's off the table. I don't have to deal with it anymore. And if it does come up, I don't do the, oh fuck, I messed up and it's here again, and I magnetize it to myself. It's like, oh okay, yeah, this is a check-in. It's a pop quiz. Well, guess what? I still remember the rules to my own happiness, and they include self-love, self-knowledge, self-appreciation. And that has been, I think, part of the bridge I was walking across. The collective, I think, as a group, if the collective really truly loved itself, individually and en masse, a lot of these issues that I've been putting on recording wouldn't be necessary. And it's really kind of false to walk around just being in agreement with everything. That's what I'm learning. Oh my gosh. Ooh, the last couple of days I'm learning that. I mean, it's been coming through, but now it's crystallizing. Honey, it really is okay to have an opinion. Really? It's all right for me to not like something? Oh, baby, yeah. Yeah, now you can. You can not like anything now. Because you're not hating it, you're just stating a preference. Ooh, Really? So I can kind of define myself now, and there's nobody inside or outside who's criticizing me. Wow, am I going to have fun now? It's been like that. On the bleachers, singing, O come, Emmanuel. And getting it. Stair-step realizations. I get so high with that music. I go so far. And the third time through, 8-part harmony that I have sung lifetime after lifetime after lifetime at Christmas. And I finally figured it out. What happened to me on Christmas Eve of 2012. There's something that was said in one of these recordings that pulled it together for me in a very, very high channel. When it was the ancients, my face was flashing. It was very recent. I've come to understand I'm one of that council, of course, but it's not theoretical. All right? It's not a meditative knowing. It's a bone and blood and eye and hair knowing that I am one of those beings with a flashing face. They said when we came to meet her acquaintance or something at the casino, it was them. That's what that was. It was a physical manifestation of the council, and they came to me the first time with that baby who was dying. They came to me and counseled me all through that baby's death. And they introduced themselves to me as the council, just the council. And I didn't see any visuals. I just saw diamond light and like sparkles in the air. So I was on those risers and I realized on Christmas Eve, I haven't been able to fully language what happened to me that night, but I've tried. And I know now that it was more significant than I had originally understood. It wasn't just sparkly. What does that mean for me? It means I can own this. And I can walk as a master without inner criticism for not fitting in. I'm not supposed to. That was the message, looking at that performer. And it hit home like in my chest, boom. He was walking to the mic to start the other song, which, wow, talk about a spin inducer. Oh, holy night. Oh my God. what we are able to create. I thought to myself, we need him. I don't want him to blend in. I don't want him to be small. I don't want him to not like himself. I want him like this, celebrating himself and utterly humble. That's what people want from me. That's what they want. For me to walk around happy, content, self-sufficient, satisfied, at peace. And I can't get there if I'm constantly criticizing others, or using the phrase, some people. I can't get there that way. I can only get there by thoroughly appreciating myself, really digging myself, but in a way that is in wonder and humility, in glee, in productivity and creativity, in expression. That's all anybody wants out of me. That's all I want out of myself. So for now, I'm putting aside all thought about other, and truly my interest in partnership. Well, my feeling at this point is that I obviously, I'm keyed for that. Obviously. And it's quite obvious, is it not, that I was not made to, battle through one person's issues and our collective karma for a lifetime. Yeah. I didn't need to do that. And I couldn't find a partner who was able to simply create love and happiness and joy with me. The partners I found needed to create pain and karma. And yeah, I am in full agreement with what Boron says. Love, there is no such thing as falling in love. Falling in love is taking a gander at another person's coding and saying, yeah, your coding fits mine. Let's have a party. And then you get to act out dysfunction until either you figure it out or you kill each other or yourselves. That's being in love. So, a participant said, so, come on. What happens if all your coding's done? What if you're complete, and what happens then? I've told this story a couple times. I love him. He's just, so impish. And he said, then you get to choose. Then you get to paint with the palette that you wish to paint with. And I've made it pretty plain, have I not, that I'm not going to be painting with the palette of, perpetual suffering. Ooh. Yeah, I did that. It was super terrific. Pretty colors. Really fascinating canvases. Very compelling. But I went through my blue period. Okay? Self-appreciation. self-expression. Where does that leave me with the other? In pretty good shape, I'll tell you that. Surrounded by friends today. As I am every day. I listened to the parable of the door. I'd been waiting for a while to find it, and there it was today. About woe in meditation and about his life. It was just a really, really, really good parable. And it's about, this door. And behind that door is everything good. And it keeps presenting in meditation. And he has conversations with the door. And he's, I'm ready. And he grabs the handle and nothing happens. He had to understand the counsel from the door. Whoa. All you have to do is go through the door. All you have to do is transcend physical matter. That's all. There is a bridge. And once across, there is new life. I'm living proof. And I'm coming back. And when I come back, I'm going to have full memory up front. I'm going to be a little monk in overalls. And I'm not going to be able to see the darkness in my heart quite so much. It's not going to affect me quite as much because it will not have harmed my body and my mind quite so much. In the meantime, you better believe I'm making up for lost time now. I've spent a lifetime trying to figure this out. And I've got it, baby. I've got it. And it didn't come easy. It's a process. It's not a day. It's not a weekend meditation retreat and then you're healed. That's how I want to end this. I'm realizing this morning it ain't about yes and no quite as much as it is about yes. Last night, very plain, very plain. It's been coming through, but it was made very plain as I was driving down Colfax in a snowstorm last night. This really isn't about navigating life with no. The things I need to say no to or feel I want to say no to or must say no to, I don't have to attend to. This morning, more clear. No becomes something that doesn't really even need to be said all that much. Special situations, certainly. And thank God for that little word. But, really, how often do I need to say it? Not often. And I say it with love. Firmness, but love. Not often. Go to the yeses. It's the yeses that create life. It's the yeses that create life. And it's okay to have preferences. It's okay to say no to stuff. It's not a bad word. It's just, it's mind your yeses, that's all. Just mind how many yeses there are to how many no's. Because if you're saying more no's than yeses, then you're in a prison cell. I mean, every no is a bar. How many no's do you want? How strong do you want your prison? I have loved ones who are in solitary. It's up to you, I guess. I have nothing more to say. I'm very pleased. I know what I'm becoming, and I'm okay with it, because all I'm becoming is beautiful. Truly, stunningly beautiful. That's it. Want to know a secret?